Sylvia was asking a question on the break, which probably a lot of you have experienced these kinds of things. So, what were you saying?
I was saying that this is the most consistent that I've meditated in my lifetime experience or whatever. And so what I noticed is that my life feels somewhat more crazy, like my mind feels crazier. And I also feel calm, so like I feel a little bit emotional and sort of roller coastery, I guess. It's like when I walked in, it was like I don't belong here, and then get into the meditation, and it's like then I'm sinking into it, and then I'm back into this piece, and it's like no, I really don't belong here. So I feel a little bit crazy.
Great.
So I don't know if that's a result of I'm paying attention to the mind more. So I'm hearing things.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll answer that from my experience. I mean, I'm sure that everyone would have their own experience with that. So I noticed the same thing. Like when I first began to meditate and started to got consistent, and I was, with a willful purpose. I'm going to do this. And so one thing that's happening is that the witness mind, state of mind, is awakening. It's always been there, but now you're touching more into your quiet center, more, and so the noise is louder. So it's like the quieter you become, the noisier your head will appear, the voices in your head will appear. And that doesn't mean that you're getting worse. That just means that you're noticing what was already there, because you're becoming more fine-tuned. Now, what also happens is, as we begin our meditation practice, and as we turn inward, it's like coming home to a house that's been occupied by a bunch of crazy people for like 20 years, and they've just been doing all kinds of crazy stuff in your house. And you have to clean it up. And so so it's like the stuff that we have been ignoring for years, that have just been coming, and we just get busy, we push it aside. Emotional upheavals from relationships, from things that we have been holding on to, unresolved, so many things that come and that begin to erupt, like they've been held at bay by the busy mind, and it just boom, they begin to arise, and then so you can experience like this roller coaster situation as the upheavals begin to release, and you start cleaning your house, and you start putting your house in order, which is really just saying you're aware, you're becoming aware of what's around you, of what's in your mind, and it's that awareness that will do the work. It's not like you have to do something in a way. I mean, you will, because you'll be prompted to. But the more that you can sit back and rest in your simple awareness, the more the rest of it will just take care of itself. And the more that you'll be able to tell when your heart is calling, and when your heart wants something, let's do this. Next week we're going to talk about that in some detail as well, because what also, have you noticed also that you have, your energy feels different? Like, you have more energy and then also sometimes less energy, like, right? When you begin to quiet down and go deeper, what's happening is you're tapping into a source of energy that's there for everyone. And it's relative to the heart, and it's relative to how closed or how open our heart is. And if we can learn to stay open, then our energy is unobstructed, and we experience this fountain of limitless energy that is really our birthright. Is what we are. But the more that we ignore, get busy, and don't stay with this consciousness, awareness, it begins to get clustered up, closed, and the energy diminishes, and everything's just harder. So, it's proof of your practice. What you're experiencing is proof of your practice that it's working, that you're getting a good result. So, congratulations. Yeah.
Feeling crazy is good.
It's really good. Yeah. And
Okay, good.
and this is what's great about having a group of people that you can reach out and talk to people, because I guarantee you almost everyone in this room has experienced something similar. There's a bunch of meditators in this room. They've all gone through wacky stuff, and it's all been brought on by meditating. It's just things get wacky, and then they level up.
Do we?
Pardon? Do we?
Level up.
Yeah. Yeah. See, what is your experience? Like, if everyone looks over at that board, for instance, that whiteboard, and there's words there. Like, let's just pick one of the, you can if you look at that and read those words, there's gonna be a voice that's talking those words. Well, what if you looked at those words and turned the voice off and looked at what happens? What happens in your body? What happens in your mind? If you just look at that first word, and you'd continuously try to turn off the voice that has a lot to say about that word. Let's go down. So that's diversity of experience, active listening. Active listening. What does that even mean? If you turn the voice off in your head and look at active listening and really actually look at it, the entire answer to the cosmos could be sitting right there on that board. The potential is there. If you go deep enough, it could just keep tripping you out and taking you into a deeper and deeper place every time you look at that one word, say listening. You can have an entirely new experience every single moment. But generally we don't, because what's happening? That voice is just like, diversity of experiences, active listening, squaring off, open body language, lean in, eye contact, really done. Okay, I that's ticked off the list. I read that. It's done. there's a whole universe just waiting there on that board. So what if you had that experience in your life? What if you looked at somebody, like I can look at Zoe, and there's a Zoe, right? There's a word, Zoe. But what if I turn Zoe off? I don't want to turn Zoe off. What if I turn the concept Zoe, or the voice that says Zoe just has a look at Zoe? It's a whole other thing. Right, Zoe? Yeah. So try it. Pick a partner. Just pick somebody in the room and just turn towards them and look at them. And turn off the voice in your head. Like if you have a name for them, stop the name. So you might have to move. We might have to get up and move around here. Let's see. We got even numbers. If Satota is not participating. if Creighton turns around, there's Sharon. If Sylvia, yeah, good. And me and Satota, don't hide from me. I'm coming over there, cutie.
You don't need to do this.
So yeah, just experience the other person fresh each moment, and just notice what the mind does, and keep turning off the words. Let awareness, let your conscious awareness have the experience without the voice trying to make decisions. You could try going further back in your seat, if it helps. Maybe your seat of awareness, if it helps. Try playing around with, if your awareness is forward, like in front of your face or near the back of your head, or you can play around like that. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to use our voice. So we're just going to say hello, or hi, or something, make some kind of greeting.
Like that.
Yeah. Like you're seeing them for the first time. Hi. Hi, Satota. Great. So let's now let's turn inward. Do a little meditation before take us to the finish? That'll wake you up in a hurry. Doing things in real time. As you sit, relaxed, there's nothing to do. Just think about the search for truth. What is that? Who is the seeker that seeks the truth? And if the truth is really just you, how are you ever going to find it? Truth is not a philosophy. You are not a philosophy. What if you said something like this to yourself? I'm not going to try and find the truth. I'm just going to stop holding onto opinions. What if you just sat and were aware of everything that popped up in your mind, and you noticed that you had an opinion about each thing? Falling into the deep heart of enlightenment is not something that you can do. It's not a place that you can find. Any thought of wanting to find, wanting to know, that is just a thought. That is just one more object. You are right there. can't see it. Because you want to see something. Because you want it to be something. Because you want to tell someone about it. What if you could just be? What if you just stopped seeking the truth and just started not holding onto opinions? You have to continuously let go. Even the idea of your body is still an object in your mind. Even the feeling that you're having of your life in your body is something you're seeing. It's right there. It's you. Unobstructed. No word can say it. It's just awareness. Boundless, limitless awareness. Before we release the meditation, just recall how it felt to be sitting across from your holy person who's across from you that you were saying hello to. recall that feeling in your mind. Give them a silent thank you for doing that with you. Try and tell yourself that you'll try to do that as much as you can in the next week. You can remember to try it, see how it feels. It may take some getting used to. And then let's dedicate this night together to the liberation of all beings from any and all suffering. Pray that they may see the cycle of life for what it is, and relax into embracing themselves, their awareness inside that process. May all beings be liberated by my actions here tonight. And then see a blazing light build in intensity inside your heart. Fill your body with golden light, bursts out the pores of your skin, and the whole universe is lit up by this wish of yours. And all beings relax into their awareness. Mental anguish comes to an end. And in your mind you rejoice for the end of confusion. And the light withdraws back into your heart. And then gently come back to the room. To your body. And a reminder, if anybody's interested or doesn't know, this Sunday, 6 a.m., be here or be square. Either or be square. 6 a.m. We'll be doing our next phase of the meditation marathon, Great Pledge. And if you're afraid of it and think that you can't sit for 8 hours, you can leave anytime, you can show up anytime. But we'll be doing 24 increments. So we sit for 24 minutes, have a 6-minute break, 24 minutes, 6-minute break. You'd be amazed how much meditating you can do in 8 hours that way. Or of course you have the option of just sitting there and not taking a break at all, just going right through. It's up to you. But and Christine is the go-to guru about this whole thing. There's certain times that you can come and go in this room, but all day you can come and go on the main door outside.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to say?
No.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. Great.
Thank